Ministry of Administration and Interior. Romanian Immigration Office. Asylum and Integration Directorate. Regional Center for Accommodation and Procedures for Asylum Seekers in Bucharest. Personal Data Operator number 6052. File number 19208/2011 Bucharest, September 1, 2012. Decision number 119-8900/H/2. Regarding the settlement in the ordinary procedure of the asylum application number 119,800/C/DD of 30.11.2001, addressed to the Romanian Immigration Office, the Directorate for Asylum and Integration by Mr. Plop Andrei, citizen of the Republic of Moldova, born on 28.09.1988. In the Republic of Moldova, proven identity, with the last residence declared in Bucharest, Vasile Stalnicul Street, number 15, Block 13, Sector 2. On December 28, 2011, the interview was conducted at the headquarters of the Romanian Immigration Office, Asylum and Integration Directorate, Regional Accommodation and Procedures Center for Asylum Seekers Bucharest. By Dana Oprea, an official appointed pursuant to Article 48 Paragraph 2 of Act No. 122/2006 with subsequent amendments and completions, who interviewed the applicant after having been presented and explained the rights and obligations provided by the Romanian law. The applicant did not want to be assisted by a lawyer. The applicant did not want to be assisted by an interpreter, the interview being conducted in the Romanian language. The interview was recorded in writing, being a final recitated to the applicant and confirmed by his signature. There were no objections to the way the interview was conducted. Further details of the state of affairs refer to the content of the file. The Romanian Immigration Office, the Asylum and Integration Directorate, by Dana Oprea, official designated pursuant to Article 48, 2, of Law No. 122/2006, with subsequent modifications and additions, analyzing the reasons invoked by the applicant in the documents in the file of the person concerned, report on its country of origin status. Decide rejects as unfounded the application for refugee status. No subsidiary protection is granted. It obliges the person concerned to comply with the provisions of Article 19, J, of the Law No. 122/2006 on asylum in Romania, with subsequent amendments and completions. Motivation of the judgment following the interview. The examination of the asylum application and the documents in the file shall be as follows. In fact, A. Establishing identity. The applicant stated that he is called the Andrei Plop, born on 28.09.1988 in the city of Chișinău, Republic of Moldova, citizen of the Republic of Moldova, identity with passport serial A number 264-4954. B. Result of the checks. Following the checks, it was found that Mr. Plop Andrei, proven identity, entered lawfully in Romania for the first time on 23.11.20011, addressed an asylum application to the Regional Accommodation and Procedures Center for Asylum Seekers in Bucharest. Citing that he is a member of the European Action Movement Party and participated in the anti-communism protest from July 4, 2009. On May 12, 2011, the questionnaire was filled in at the headquarters of the Regional Accommodation and Procedures Center for Asylum Solicitors Bucharest, the location of Tudor Gosia by Razvan Brebianu. The questionnaire was completed in writing, being finally recited, and the applicant confirmed by his signature. C. Documents. The applicant submitted the following documents to the personal file in support of his statements: airline tickets, a newspaper article, a subpoena, response to petition issued by the Embassy of Romania in the Republic of Moldova C5332/August 7, 2009. A nomination for candidate for the position of deputy in the Parliament of the Republic of Moldova, membership card of the political social movement European Action, the ordinance and the minutes of recognition as accused, Citation number 25-11-3M09-8481. A DVD where 3 documentaries are saved, Identity Card Series A number 264-4954 issued by the Republic of Moldova on March 10, 2006, valid until March 10, 2016. D. Summary of the applicant's declarations on November 30, 2011, Mr. Andrei Plop applied for asylum, citing that he is a member of the European Action Movement Party and participated in the anti-communist protest from July 4, 2009. On 28.12.2011 the interview was conducted at the headquarters of the Romanian Immigration Office, Asylum and Integration Directorate, Regional Accommodation and Procedures Center for Asylum Seekers Bucharest, by Dana Oprea, an official appointed pursuant to Article 48 Paragraph 2 of Act No. 122/2006, as subsequently amended and supplemented, who interviewed the applicant after having been presented and explained the rights and obligations provided by the Romanian law. The applicant did not want to be assisted by a lawyer. The applicant did not want to be assisted by an interpreter, the interview being conducted in Romanian. The interview was recorded in writing, being finally recitalized to the applicant and confirmed by his signature. There were no objections to the way the interview was conducted. On the occasion of the interview, the applicant stated that he is called Andrei S. Plop, born on 28.09.1988 in the city of Chișinău, Republic of Moldova, citizen of the Republic of Moldova. He has a passport whose release personally presented himself, without problems from the authorities and with whom he spoke in Ukraine, Romania, Belarus, Poland, Russia. He does not suffer from any chronic disease. He did not perform the military service, although it is mandatory for 18-year-old boys, he was a student, thus being exempt. As far as the reasons for leaving the country of origin, said he first came to Romania in January or February 2009 at a conference of the Association of Cultural History organized by the Social Action Policy Movement. He stayed for 5 days. On 28.09.2010 he left Moldova to Belarus, he stayed for 4 days and then went to Poland. There he asked for asylum and stayed in a camp for a month and a half in the city of Biała Podlaska. In total he spent 9 months in Poland. He was the only one in the Republic of Moldova. He made a request to the director of the social department explaining that he was blackmailed by Chechens and wanted the transfer to another city. He was given a reply stating that the department was not dealing with the relationship between asylum seekers. Because it was delayed and was not answered in a shorter time, was not helped by the Polish authorities, decided to leave for Germany. Then he went to Germany and asked for asylum there, stayed for about a month. He was jailed, then returned to Poland. He was forced to stay in a closed center for 2 months, and he had to stay 3 more. He gave up the asylum application in Poland, stayed for another month, then returned through the International Organization for Migration, in Belarus on October 11, 2011, because he could not return to the Republic of Moldova. The second time he came to Romania on 29.11.2011 from Belarus. He did not stay in Belarus because there are communists there, and in his home country he is considered organizer of protests against the communists. Asked what problems he had in the Republic of Moldova, he replied that from 2005 to 2006 he was a sympathizer of the Christian Democratic People's Party. From 2006 to 2008 he was vice president of the New Generation Youth Organization of the Christian Democratic People's Party. In 2007 he ran for the position of local councillor in Pascani. On 23.11.2008 he became a member of the European Action Movement. He was elected president of the youth organization also in 2008. On April 5, 2009, he was nominated for the position of deputy in the Parliament of the Republic of Moldova by the Social Action Political Action Movement. On July 4, 2009 there were protests that he attended, but he was not an organizer. There were about 30,000 students in the National Assembly Square, in front of the presidency. Fire on communist banners, stoned to the cops. He found a police station. There were some filming, and he was caught with the station in his hand, having protesters around him, considering himself to be the organizer. He was blamed by both the ruling Communist Party and the opposition. On March 3, 2009 he had a press conference and officially declared that a group of members of the Christian Democratic People's Party will move to the European Action Movement. Anatol Matisaru is a very active character in protests against the police, and he also participated in this protest, and the station he found gave it to him. After the protest in front of the presidency, some protesters took the flag of the Republic of Moldova and went to the Interior Ministry. It was a group of 10 people, including Anatol Matisaru. Then he went to the government, and from there he went home, but there were other protests. In the evening he went to relatives in the northern part of the country. He left because he knew there would be arrests. At 8 o'clock he left, and police arrived at 2200 hours. They presented themselves as colleagues, they were civilians. The problem was he never went home with colleagues from college and they had no way to know where I live. His parents told them he was not home, after which the two policemen presented the police cards. They searched the house, told their parents that they wanted to help and call them when I return home. They called home, but the parents told them I was in Ukraine. To relatives, I spent about 3 months, from July 4, 2009 to June 2009, but no more than 2 weeks for each cousin. Asked if he had any problems with the authorities during these 3 months, he said he was in a bus station and saw a policeman heading for him. Then he took out a Bible and asked him if he did not want to know the truth about Jesus Christ, and he annoyed him and told him to leave. When he returned to the university in September 2009, the dean told him that he had been searched for by the SIS Police, Information and Security Service. They were interested in what group I am. There were many arrested that night and were beaten, even killed by 3 police officers in police stations. Students who participated in those protests made an organization, April 7, and they said about 700 people were arrested. He returned home in June 2009. Because of the deaths of those 3 people, the opposition made complaints and researches were made by commissions from the European Union, and the students who were imprisoned were released. In July 2009 he was summoned to the prosecutor's office. He went with his lawyer. He was informed that he was charged with organizing protests, mass disorder. They were doing well with him because he was assisted by a lawyer, but also because many police officers were being investigated. They were brought to the evidence, a film, some statements. At the end of July were the anticipated elections. An alliance of European integration has formed. The communists have lost their choices, have not obtained a majority. He continued his studies, he gave the arrears. On April 5, 2010 he was again summoned by the General Prosecutor's office as a witness at the events of July 4, 2009. Then he was told that it would be good to make false statements against Anatol Matisaru and Anatol Peterencu, this being the presidency of the European Action Movement. Action Movement. He refused, told them everything he knew about the events.